17 members and associates of the Hells Angels are facing criminal charges in a violent attack.
Federal agents allege the outlaws sold drugs, traded firearms, and engaged in insurance fraud and even tampered with government witnesses.
We have learned there is cell phone video as well as surveillance video of evidence in this attack.
The U.S. attorney characterized today's raids as historic, the largest federal bust on organized criminal gang activity.
Retaliation is common for crimes involving biker gangs. However, it could happen anywhere because of how interconnected gangs have become nationwide.
The 3-year investigation resulted in 42 federal indictments on a variety of charges, including racketeering, money laundering, drugs, gambling, insurance fraud, and extortion.
There's a bunch of bikers up here, and they're shooting guns and stuff. I need the police now.
But on foot going towards 2nd Street. Okay, receive.
Then you see a pack of Hells Angels going by, people are going to want to look. Next thing you know, cars. Because they're just staring at us and not paying attention to stop traffic.
If you wanted to break the law on an everyday norm, you should have joined the street gang. That's what they're known for. That's what they do. You're not allowed to steal cars on my block. We steal those cars.
I mean, it was so bad by us in Vegas. I was in the pool swimming, and the guys came back. Hey, Pee-wee, the cops are here. They want to talk to you. I said, well, go talk to them. Find out what they want. And they came back. They go, they want to talk to you.
Typically, if you leave the club, if you haven't been in for 10 years, you're automatically out back.
Got put out in 2006. Back in 2007, wound up going into Cannon. 2011. Came out of there. I had 4.5 years to walk off with zero support from that club.
Welcome to this episode of Chattin with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today we got a crazy one for you today. So this is a question that someone asked, and this is legit, like this is real shit. And we're gonna get into it today. It's pretty wild. Big Red says no way club would allow knowing person is that in? So I will let you know exactly what this is all about. It's pretty wild. TNT, what's going on? Probably should have turned in his cut and his bike. So we're gonna get down to business about what it's about and the comments that have to do with this, because they're pretty telling, you know. Hey, David, what's going on? Path Killer, rah, what's good? Craig, how are you? Lindsay, thank you for joining me. I appreciate everything you do. Rob, what's up, man? Not cuz, yo. What's going on? Thank you guys all for joining me. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's brother, sister's friend about Chattin with Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. So today, you see the title. And people are wondering, what the hell? So this is legit. Someone asked a question, right? They're a Mongol prospect. Now, this is the story, okay? They're a Mongol prospect. And it goes like this. I've been prospecting for a large West Coast Mongols chapter, and I'm visiting the Midwest, and it's my hometown this weekend. And I'm going to see some old friends, and we're planning on riding in the Pride Parade, and they asked me to join. He says, I'm not gay, but some of my good friends growing up are gay, and they ride as well. I'm planning on joining the motorcycle procession, obviously not wearing my colors, patches, or anything. It's a pretty widely publicized event, though. I don't want to stir the pot and ask any of my brothers, but if it came back to them, do you think it would be an issue? I hear that I've been very close to being patched in, but this ride would mean a lot to me and some of my oldest friends. Now, the question I have for you guys is, what do you think of this situation? This guy is out. He's prospecting for a club out in California. He goes to visit his hometown, wherever it is, in the Midwest. And his friends want him to ride in a pride parade. And he's obviously afraid to tell the club that he wants to ride in this parade. I want to know what your thoughts are on this. Yo, Punch, what's going on, man? Shout out to Punch. Big things in the works. You guys have no idea. No, it's really not supposed to be funny, man. This is the type of stuff that happens. Like, people get torn in between two lives. He's not gay, but he wants to ride in a pride parade with his friends. So he said he's obviously not going to wear his patches, but what do you guys think? So here are some of the comments. If you are afraid to ask your brothers a question like this, in case they disown you, then they are not your brothers. That's what someone wrote. Someone else said, I'm dying laughing because this got to be some kind of joke. Yeah, I definitely don't think it's a joke. I think it's an honest question that somebody had. Someone wrote, I'm a capo in the Nandragata, but I'd really like to let loose at a Gaga concert. Will my foot soldiers think less of me? So this dude writes back, I'm not patched in yet, so I'm not a member. I'm just prospecting, not necessarily looking for Mongols aspects advice. Hopefully folks involved with similar organizations who have advanced he's just looking for advice on what to do. Someone comments, it's all good. I'm just surprised, that's all. Because he posted, this is not a joke. So what do you guys think the answer is to this? Do you think that they would disown him? He's a prospect, and he goes to this pride parade and rides in it, and they see pictures of him, or they ask him and they find out he did that. He obviously is not going to wear the patches when he goes in this parade. Do you think that they would disown him and throw him out of the club? Craig said he knows he's gay. He's just afraid to say it. The Mongols can't be happy with this guy. Listen, just like there's informants in every club, there's probably gay dudes in every club too. Who knows, right? That may hurt his chances because usually 100 votes. Oh yeah, they have to vote. It has to be overwhelming majority, right? Some clubs have to be 100% votes, and someone would have a problem with it. 100%. I mean, look at some of these clubs back in the day. There's pictures of them tongue kissing each other and shit. Like, there's pictures of Hell's Angels and all kinds of weird stuff going on. I'm going to show you guys some pictures. So remember, we were talking yesterday about African American bikers in different clubs. Someone said there's no African American bikers in the Banditos. Yes, there is. 100% there is. 100%. And I believe that there is African American bikers in the Hells Angels now. Pagans, 100% there are. I mean, I'm not I didn't go to college or nothing, but you tell me. I'm gonna show you guys some pictures. And obviously, yeah, some dudes are Puerto Rican, and I know that. But there 100% are black members. We're gonna show you. And these dudes ain't Puerto Rican. Look, this is back in the day. Back in the day. Those are two members. Like, they're not gay, right? But they used to do some weird shit. That guy looks like a black guy, doesn't he? Yeah, that's the Banditos. Someone said, there's no black members in the Banditos. Well, you could have fooled me. That guy looks black, doesn't he? I don't know. Can't tell from the angle. That guy's definitely black. But shout out to all the clubs out there for, evolving with time. And from what I got from a bunch of different club members is that they used to stay with the color lines because of the prison politics. Because obviously they go to prison, right? He's from Brazil. So when you go to prison, what's going to happen? The black guy's going to go with the black dudes in jail. But I guess it's different when you go to prison because they're not all going to hang together. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be how it's going to be in prison. You know what I mean? So there is a divide maybe in prison, but not on the street anymore, I don't think. I think those barriers are breaking down because the Pagans used to just be an all-white club. I mean, back in the day, they had one African-American member, and then the Thunder Guards were created, and they're pretty prominent club now, and they don't accept white guys. I mean, do you think it's a problem for a club to just be white guys or just be black guys? I don't think there is a problem with that. I mean, people have the right to be in whatever club they choose, right? Yes, there are people all over the world from different countries. There's Japanese, Hell's Angels now. There's people in all over the place. So there's all races mixed in. Chapters all over the world. It's different world than we're having your club in one country times and have for decades, because a lot of the clubs used to just be based in the US. Not saying that there wasn't clubs out there in other countries, because there were, but they're evolving over time. And did you know, for the first time in history, the Canadian Hells Angels are the ones in power right now over the U.S. And I think that's pretty wild. That's crazy. They have the power in Canada, I guess. And it's a U.S. club. So how is that even possible? Does anybody know? How can that be possible that Canada has the power? But anyway, Again, this says, I've been prospecting for a large West Coast chapter of the Mongols. I'm visiting my Midwest hometown this weekend and have some friends that are planning on riding in the Pride Parade, and they asked me to join. He says, I'm not gay, but some of my good friends growing up are gay, and they ride as well. He says, I'm planning on joining them in the motorcycle procession. He said, obviously not wearing my colors or patches or anything. It's a pretty widely publicized event, though. I don't want to stir the pot and ask any of my brothers. And if it came back to them, do you think that this would be an issue? I've been told I'm very close to patching in, but this ride would mean a lot to me and some of my oldest friends. Well, honestly, I think if he was that close to patching in, then he probably shouldn't go on the trip, because if he knows it's going to be an issue, then it's probably going to be an issue, right? It shows the global expansion as it changes. 100%. How are you, Mountain Woman? Art Deco, what's up? Ozzy, what's good, man? The right thing to do is to tell your friends that you're not in the right spot in life to ride in the parade. They should understand 100%. Like, which one do you, if you're afraid to go tell the people that you call your brothers, then what are you even doing there, right? If you think that it's going to be a problem, then probably don't go. If you even got to ask yourself, right? Canada has good leadership in Canada. First Mont Boucher, now Nougat. 100%. But they hold the power, and that's wild because, I mean, the Hells Angels are a U.S.-based club. How does the power shift to Canada? That doesn't even make sense. To me, it doesn't make sense. The U.S. should always have control of that. You know what I mean? Like, why on earth? Yeah, look what happened to Vito on The Sopranos, right? A prospect calling members brothers, kind of suspect. Yeah. Yeah, he knows that they're going to say no. And there's his answer. 100%. If he's got to ask the question, then it's probably going to be a problem, right? It shows indecisiveness. My old man agrees, not cuz. Yeah, he probably shouldn't do it. So I got a funny video for you guys today. We're going to take a look at it. And the up-and-coming shows, we're going to be talking about Canada. Now check this one out. This one's pretty funny.
Two ways, punk. One, you walk away. Two, I walk on your face.
Huh?
Your choice. Say hi to your friends, punk. Is your lacrosse trophy all right, ma'am?
Yeah, it's good.
Then my work here is done.
I thought you guys would like that. But yeah, we got a lot of content coming up. Yeah, the Temu Brotherhood. We're going to finish that one up this week. It's pretty funny. You know, we were going over their interview with the news, and I got a lot more content of that. So we're going to be finishing that up. Maybe we could do it tomorrow. But I got some bangers coming up for you guys. Don't miss. Tonight is the full episode of Flair 1%. You don't have to watch it all chopped up. Tonight is going to be the full episode. Flair's an ex-Chingaling vice president. And he tells me his story, and it's pretty wild. He was involved in a motorcycle accident. He's paralyzed. And he's a great dude. And he tells a good story. You guys don't want to miss that one tonight at 10 o'clock. He has a GoFundMe page if you guys want to donate. Help his bills. It would be appreciated. Hey, Wydell, what's up, man? How you doing? If you check out Patreon, there's some pretty graphic, there's a graphic police shooting up there from Florida. And we're going to be talking about Mike Chitwood coming up. Mike Chitwood. That's the guy that ran the operation against the Mongols. He's pretty angry, you know? He seems very angry for some reason. But we got the scoop on Mr. Chitwood. Matter of fact, I should reach out to him and see if he'll come on. The man that hates motorcycle clubs. I should reach out to him and see if he'll come on. I'm going to do that. And we'll see what happens. Yesterday we talked about this guy. He ended up becoming an informant on the club. He's in witness protection now, living it up. It's crazy. He got booted right before he went to prison. And for all the people that were wondering, remember we were reading the thing yesterday, and when I was wondering about the brother and the son, they all got booted out of the club. All of them. Some people said that he's probably the worst thing that ever happened to that club. And Roger Penny seemed like a really good leader, didn't he? Chitwood, a Daytona cop many years ago, belly full of outlaws of the 90s. Yeah, he wouldn't name any other clubs, though. It was weird. During that press conference, they were asking him questions. Are there any other clubs that you guys are going to go after? Is this and that? And he avoided that. It was weird. It was really weird. At least Penny wasn't a rat. I don't think Penny liked the direction that the club was going in, you know? Patching in gangbusters. You'll be watching on TV. I appreciate it. Yeah, Flair does got a good story. I'm going to have Flair back. We're going to be chopping up. He has a lot of stories, so we're going to be talking about a lot of different things. And if anyone out there is in the Connecticut area and wants to be involved with the projects I got going on, just let me know and we'll figure it out. I have a bunch of things that are going to be in production very soon. I'm like so close to pulling the trigger on it. I'm excited. Seems like it takes forever, but we're right there. And if you want to be a guest on the show, hit up my email at billstax2021 and tell me your story. I got a really good one that's coming up soon. And shout out to the Death Marauders, if you guys know who they are. I interviewed a couple members from that club, And I got a really good one coming up soon. He's an old school member. He's retired, and he's going to tell me some crazy stories. But I appreciate you guys. If you want to donate to the show, you can hit up my Cash App at Chattin with Staxx. Help me keep the show running. And if you have any suggestions for shows, just let me know. Put it in the comments. And I appreciate your time. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And what's your answer to this? Should this guy be participate in this parade, or should he just let it all go? This is funny. Check this out. So, if you guys haven't seen this on the community tab, it is quite funny. It says, in nature, poisonous creatures will often develop bright colors to warn of their toxicity. And it looks like these ones have too. So I hope you guys have a great day. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. And if you don't like this show, too fucking bad. Start your own podcast. I appreciate all you guys, and remember, don't be a bitch.
And all new at 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Let's take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged. And investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen.